Hey everybody, happy Saturday evening live tutorial stream. It is, oh goodness, this wig has been driving me crazy all day. It is our Halloween stream, so that means that Heather and I are going to be in costume fully on the sale stream, but the makeup was a little too involved to do in between streams, so the makeup has been on all day. I'm actually pretty impressed by how well it's lasted, though I definitely have some black fingers from accidentally touching my face. It's like back at the beginning of the pandemic where everyone was like, don't touch your face, don't touch your face. And then of course your nose starts to itch when you're trying not to touch your face, because that's just how that works. So welcome to the last of our Halloween tutorials for this year, and that's going to be this one, the Ruby Droplet Pendant. And this is definitely one of the tutorials that made my mother question my sanity and advised me that I needed therapy, which is pretty rich coming from her, but I think it's just good fun and I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to really enjoy teaching it to you this evening. So let's talk tools and supplies for this evening's tutorial. Okay, you are going to need, hi Dogsy! Alright, you're going to need a fashion doll. Yes, this is a Barbie doll. Yes, she came without a head. And yes, I've already cut off one of her hands, but look, there's another hand just ready to be severed. So, a Barbie doll. Or if cutting the hand off of a Barbie doll is too creepy for you, you can just get like doll hands that are not attached to a doll.
I just wanted to see the before and after.
There's the before, after one, after second. I would imagine you could use a G.I. Joe. Why not? I'm going to paint the fingernails, but you could also do that with a G.I. Joe, or you could just skip that step. In addition to your fashion doll of some sort that you're going to sever the hand off of, you are also going to need some assorted little bits and bobs to make this with. So you're going to need a cap of some sort. And why auto exposure? Why do you treat me like this? There, okay. Now it's good. Hi, Corvus. Okay, so I have this sparkly cap, but you can use any bead cap that you can get your hands on. So you need one bead cap, and obviously it needs to have an opening that is big enough that the wrist of your severed fashion doll hand will fit into it. You're also going to need some kind of a loop, and I've got two that I'm going to try because I don't know if this one's going to be big enough, but this one's a little rhinestone, bale, and rose gold, and then this one is actually half of a toggle that I've lost the bar to, so you need some kind of a loop that's going to be the bracelet on the wrist. You're going to need some jump rings and a clasp, so you're going to need 3 jump rings. That's going to be one to attach the loop side of your clasp, one to attach the clasp side of your clasp, and one to attach this little piece of chain to the bracelet. I know, they did. They totally did last until today. I'm super excited that, though this one of, they're definitely a little worse for the wear. But they made it! Yay! And hi, Keiko. But no, this is not the whole costume. The whole costume will debut on the sales stream, though I do need to, so I was utterly unsuccessful at getting Mamie or Elton to wear my raven wings that I made. So instead we have a raven fox who will be my familiar for the stream tonight, because the raven fox plushie was much more amenable than the cats were, because they were having none of this nonsense was being tolerated by the felines of my household. They're like, nope, 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 nope. Alright, so in addition to those little bits, you're also going to need a red bead. That's going to be your little ruby blood droplet. That could be a teardrop or an oval or a round bead, whatever you want. You're going to need 2 head pins, unless you have a loop that's integrated into your cap. So this cap does not have a loop, so I'm actually going to need to make a loop with a head pin. If your cap has a loop that is actually part of it, then you only need 1 head pin for your bead. But if your cap doesn't have a loop, then you're going to need 2. And then you're going to need some chain, And that, oh, and if you want to paint the nails on your severed hand, some nail polish in the color of your choice. As far as tools go, you are going to need some kind of a sturdy scissors to lop the hand off of your fashion doll. You're going to need a glue gun. You could also use epoxy, but just like with me and the CA glue on Wednesday night, since I'm trying to do this on stream, okay, no, go away. Nobody likes you. Random pop-up things. Yeah, like me with the CA glue. Hi, Silvern! On the stream the other night, since I'm trying to get this done on stream, I'm going to use the hot glue because it sets up much faster. And then you are going to need to do a little bit of wire wrapping, specifically just on the bead itself and the top of your cap. So you are going to need your chain nose pliers, your round nose pliers, and your wire cutters. Alright, so I'm going to start by, what am I going to start by? Alright, I'm going to start by making, I'm going to start by chopping the hand off my doll. Because I need to...
That was Everly.
Huh?
You got the blue opals. Everly.
Yeah,
the
that
one
was
we did
Everly.
the party for at her house. Those unicorns. Because she was the...
Oh, with all the, like, fancy face paint? Wow. Okay.
Sorry, I just saw her name when Caroline wrote that. Malia stuff? Is that...
No. Okay, then I'm not thinking of the same.
Malia's the stylist, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm thinking of a different party.
Okay. I think I may have done Everly's party on my own for some reason. It was unicorn themed.
Ah. Alright, Corvus, have fun being a dead mummy queen, and you should pop back to see Heather and myself in our full costumes, at least at some point during the sale stream.
It's true.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chop.
And there could be up to more than one Viking.
There we go. Seriously.
I'm
Okay.
assimilating them all.
Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is chop the hand off of my doll, because that's going to help me determine which of my two loops will actually work. So what you want is, you don't want to go too up the arm or it's going to look weird, but you need enough to go inside that cap. So I'm going to go, you know, about 3/4 of an inch up the arm, and I'm just going to use the metal shears. A sturdy kitchen shears will also work, and there we go. The doll now has no head and no hands. She is handless and headless. And then I'm going to figure out... Okay, so this one won't work. It's too small, so that means I'm pretty sure this is going to... Ooh. Are you not going to work either? Well, that... Okay, that messes with my plans a little bit. So I have to go grab a toggle loop real quick. So I will be right back. You can just, you know, talk amongst yourselves for a minute about Barbie screams. Johann McCandless.
Yes.
Interesting.
You know, my friend.
You know, okay, I'm taking the Barbie hand with me this time. That one's not big enough.
Do you need an assist?
No.
That wasn't very convincing.
No, it really wasn't. I mean, good job with the theater degree and all, but,
Fat just got on and said, Allison is a ghost for Halloween?
Yes. I am ghosting the stream, except not.
Ace, who's convincing? Allison is the ghost or me as the cackling witch? Careful how you answer that. Well, look, Tallyfet. The Barbie hand didn't... The supplies are... Some of them are.
Didn't fit.
Barbie hand was the wrong size. Or the... I guess the Barbie hand only comes in one size. But, like White Castle fries. Only come in one
The
size.
Barbie arm was too fat.
She said, Tallyfet says, I hear Allison. Allison, hi.
Okay, I think I can make this one work if I just chop this down a bit. So yeah. Hi Tallyfet. Hi everybody. Yeah, so I really thought I was prepared for this tutorial. Like I had all of my supplies ready to go. So
Barbie was... No, Barbie wasn't fat enough. Was it too small or too big?
The loop was too small. The
Okay.
arm was too big. But yes, so now I'm back. I like I said, I really was prepared. And then the Barbie arm was too fat to fit the toggle loop that I had prepared for this tutorial. So now I have a different toggle loop, and I think if I just trim my severed Barbie hand a little bit on the top to make it narrower, then I think it'll work. So yes, I've already severed the arm of the Barbie. Now I am removing judiciously pieces of flesh on the top to make it small enough that I can fit this toggle loop on it. And you know, if I can get it to go over this part, the wrist is obviously smaller, which is why I don't want one that's too big, because then it's just gonna like fall right down over her hand. Okay, so this is gonna work. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of assembly and prep work. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the fingernails on my Barbie hand because the nail polish is gonna need a little bit to dry. I'm using red nail polish because why not? And once again, my painting tool of choice is going to be a toothpick. I mean, come on. What normal-sized woman doesn't want to, you know, dismember a Barbie? So,
Okay, fair.
so I'm just going to dab a little bit of nail polish. And there is actually like a little depression for her fingernails. But you may or may not be able to actually stick to that because toothpick, not the most precise painting instrument in the world. But when I'm doing tiny things like this, it actually works way better for me than a brush because it doesn't spread at all. Okay, so now Barbie has a manicure. So we're just going to leave that to dry. Alright, so that's prep work number 1. Prep work number 2 is going to be to put the head pin in here and make a wire wrapped loop that we that we can attach to a part I didn't get. Wow, I'm not doing well
What
this
part
evening.
do you
Be
need?
right back.
Something? Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
This one I don't have to search for. I just have to walk to.
There's still a ghost of Allison. The ghost of
Yeah.
Allison future?
Next Halloween, I should just do the entire tutorial from off camera. Okay.
I'll just be the cackling witch in the background.
Right, okay, so one more part is soldered ring. Alright, so I'm going to take my glue gun, and I want to put a decent sized, and this is just a regular craft store glue gun. Like, I do have a heavy duty hardware store glue gun, but it's a little intense for this level of project. And I'm just going to put a nice sized blob of hot glue on the end of my head pin, and then being careful not to actually burn the crap out of myself with the hot glue, I'm going to just drop that down inside my blob of glue. Hi, Susan! Okay, and so blob of glue in there, just kind of securing my head pin. And now I'm going to do a basic wire wrap loop. So that's going to be my round nose pliers touching the top of my bead cap, and I'm going to go away, rotate, up over the top, rotate, underneath.
I was wondering,
what that was about. That was very dramatic, Ace. Okay, so now I've got my basic wire wrap loop. I'm at the point where my lady with the scarf, and then I'm going to grab that soldered ring that I just had to run and get, and I'm just going to thread that up my wire, pop that into my loop, like so, and then grab my chain nose pliers, that's the flat ones, hold across the loop, like so, and then I'm just going to wrap my wire down until I reach the top of my cap. So fun, exciting news for next week. I am actually going to be out of town on Friday and Saturday, so you are going to get 2 freeform streams and a live sale with Heather. And
it's true.
And we should have a new 8-inch strand trunk show by then, so she'll be doing 8-inch strands on Saturday night after the freeform stream, and it should be loads of fun. So please tune in and support Heather so that she can tell me how much more y'all love her than me. And I will be off in Houston having fun and being Elizabethan. I know, no more Ghost Witch Heather. Heather in front of the camera. All Heather all the time. Okay, so now I've got this prepped so that I can drop it apparently, so that I can put it on my chain. And then the last thing I need to prep is my little droplet dangle that's going to hang off of my toggle loop that's going to be my bracelet. So that's going to involve my second head pin, and I'm going to go ahead and just drop my bead onto my head pin like so. I'm going to do another basic wire wrap loop, which, by the way, next week, Wednesday and Thursday, will be back to basics tutorials, and then that will be continuing the following week. So we are going to just go back and review basic stringing, stretchy bracelets, basic macrame, basic soldering, basic wire wrapping, basic, we're not actually going to do basic knotting, we're going to do professional knotting with a bouillon finish. So if any of those are things that you may have kind of gotten rusty on, make sure to tune in next week and the week after for some back to basics tutorials. Also super exciting, the first full week of November, starting November 7th, we're going back to in-person classes, group classes here at Beading Dreams. We're going to be doing one on each Monday in November, starting November 7th. So we're going to be doing basic, once again, we're just going to start with basics. So basic stringing, basic wire wrapping, basic knotting, and stretchy bracelets. Those are going to be in store in November. So if anyone who is local in Dallas needs a refresher on those, you can definitely call us at 214-366-1112, and you can register for those classes over the phone, or of course you can always come in and register in person, and while you're here you can shop the Fabulous Findings Trunk Show. So now I'm going to do another basic wire wrap loop. So that's again away, rotate, back up over the top, rotate underneath, lady with a scarf. Now I'm going to take my chain, and right now I just have one long piece of chain, okay? I just literally, I was in a hurry, so I just whacked off like 3 feet of chain. Not going to need that much for this necklace, but you can always reuse the other pieces on something else. So I'm going to take my wire, and I'm just going to thread it on the last loop of the chain. I'm going to slide that chain up my wire, pop it into the loop, and then I'm going to hold across the loop and wrap. Okay, just so we're clear, Heather.
What?
That no slaying of Medusas or any other kind of carnage in the store while you're in charge.
But what if I don't make a mess? If I clean up my mess?
Okay, if you clean up your mess, but also please don't scare any customers away.
Fair. That's fair. I'll do it after hours.
Good plan. Alright, so now I've got my little ruby droplet on my chain, and you can make this chain really as long or as short as you want. I kind of feel like I made the one on my sample a little too long, so I'm going to go a little shorter for this evening's tutorial. I'm just going to bring it up like 1/4 inch. And I'm going to snip. Alright, so that's my little blood droplet on my chain. And then I'm going to use one of my jump rings, and this is a 4mm jump ring, to attach it onto my toggle loop. Yes, definitely don't slay the customers.
No.
We need them.
Fine.
Okay, so I've got that on my toggle loop with my jump ring. And close it up. No, Dogsy, I'm pulling rank on you because it is my store and my stream. So I am pulling rank and saying no. Heather is not allowed to slay any customers, even if they are Karens. There are non-violent ways to deal with Karens. So, no slaying of anybody while I am gone. Just saying. I mean, we haven't gotten rid of the dumpster yet, but, you know, still, no bodies in the dumpster. No slaying of the Karens. Flatly refuse to allow this. You know, these days, I don't, like, crying on command is, I mean, it's just basically, it's like, you know, Bruce Banner said in whichever Avengers movie that was, I think it was the first one, you know, I'm always angry. It's like, the crying, it's always there. It's just like, you know, the eyes are here, and the crying, it's like right here. So it really doesn't take much. Well, I mean, Heather can, I mean, this Barbie body still has plenty of useful, you know, she could cut off the feet, and I believe I did point out that Barbie now has branded, imprinted Barbie underoos on, which she did not have in my day. Okay, so I've got my cap prepared. I've got my little bracelet with teardrop prepared, and I've got my chain that I can cut and add my clasp to when I'm ready. I've got my hand with my painted nails, so I think we're ready now to I feel really okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and assemble this. So before you glue the cap on, you have to put the bracelet on, okay? It's like boots before corset. Okay, if you put the cap on, you're not going to be able to get the bracelet piece.
Mary almost forgot boots before corset today.
Yes, well, it's easy to forget when you haven't done it in a while. So this is going to take some shoving, but it is going to fit because I said it will. There we go. Okay, so now I've got my bracelet piece on. I might just do that, Keiko, because I actually don't have any use for the rest of this naked, headless, dismembered Barbie. So, here.
For Keiko?
For Keiko.
Awesome.
My only condition is post in Discord when you do something with it.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like if I start putting severed Barbie foot tutorials on, when it's not Halloween, my mom is really gonna, you know, suggest that I go, you know.
If she starts paying for your therapy, you should maybe do that.
Well, you mean take her money for the therapy I'm already in?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, fair. But to be fair, I think my severing of... Okay, I'm sorry. There's like this one hair from my wig that's just driving me bonkers. And I feel like if I pick at it too much, I'm going to ruin my makeup. So I'm trying to like delicately find it. It's not working. There we go. Yes, found it. Fixed. Okay. Yeah, again, I just find it endlessly amusing that that is the manifestation that makes her think I should, you know, go seek therapy. Not all of my other anxieties and low self-esteem and all of the things that come by from being raised by a you know, person like her. No, it's because I'm cutting hands off of Barbie dolls. But look how cute it is. It's the cutest little severed hand ever. Okay, so now I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to just put a nice glob of glue all over the top of my Barbie arm. And I'm going to, and that might be too much, so I'm going to take my cap and I'm just going to squish it down on top of all of that. Make sure your arm actually winds up in there. That, no. Also, do not try and remove hot glue with your hand, because bad choices. Okay, so I need to actually cut this down a little bit more. See, Heather's with me on it being the cutest severed hand she's ever seen.
Definitely.
That's why I couldn't, I already had enough tutorials. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I actually had enough tutorials for Halloween week, and I had to kick one off the island because I was so excited about this one.
The one you kicked off is coming Thanksgiving or no?
No, maybe next year.
Ah, gives us something to look forward to.
Okay, success. And now I'm just going to take all of this glue that's kind of globbed over. I'm just going to get rid of that. Stream PSA, hot glue is hot, right?
Maybe you could be freeform.
Maybe. Pam, you're the best. And by the way, I am in therapy and I love my therapist. She's amazing. But the things that drove me into therapy had nothing to do with cutting the hands off of Barbie dolls. And I'm pretty sure if I told my therapist I was cutting the hands off of Barbie dolls, she would just laugh and say that sounds like a fun Halloween class. Okay, so I just want to clean up this like little weird bit here. Possibly an X-Acto knife is a better choice for that. Try not to actually X-Acto myself.
I just might need a dollar store doll as well so I can make a leg lamp pendant.
Oh, well, Keiko, would you give up a leg? Do you just want the torso so Heather can have a leg? Alright, so I've got this pretty cleaned up. I could work on it a little bit more, which would just be a matter of once again taking my X-Acto knife and just kind of getting rid of this excess glue. But I'm okay with this.
Thank you, Keiko.
Yay!
Woo!
Here.
Awesome.
Alright, so there's my pendant. So now I'm just gonna make a chain for it. So how long do I want this to be? Since it has the dangle on it, you don't want it to be too low or it's just gonna, go right in there. So I'm gonna say probably about 16 inches is what I want. Now don't forget, when you're assembling a chain, you need to account for the clasp in the length. So I'm gonna be using my lobster claw here and my soldered ring. So once I add my jump rings, that's about an inch. Sorry, it's right under my face frame. So that's going to be about an inch when all is said and done. Also, I'm done with my glue gun, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. So I need about 15 inches of chain. And the glue gun's on the floor along with a Christmas light. Okay, so I'm going to cut
And I thought the owl and the pussycat were a weird combo.
Do you need a saw instead?
I don't know. I'm still duking it out right now with this.
Because I can get you a saw.
It's all in the hips. I don't know if my hips are really good with shears, though. I have no opposable thighs.
And on that note, let's finish this necklace up, hey? So I have another jump ring, another 4mm jump ring. I'm just going to open that up, attach it to one end of my chain, and then attach my clasp and close it up. Then I'm going to slide my pendant on there.
This is the stream that's going to get us kicked off.
And then I'm going to do the same thing on my other side. Now, if you were looking for a more secure attachment, you could absolutely wire wrap these, since this is what I would consider an occasional wear pendant rather than an everyday wear pendant. I'm not going to take the time.
It doesn't go with every outfit.
Like, the jump rings are sufficient as long as you're not going to, wear it day in, day out, which if you want to, good on you, but then just wire up your clasp on. Wait, alright, hand him over. We have had leg severing success. She did it, folks.
I did! Just gotta hold your mouth just right.
Mm-hmm. So I've got the jump ring on there. And then I'm gonna add my soldered ring.
We should, Tam.
Not at the moment, but I can make some. Because I've severed all the hands that were on that fashion doll. But I can definitely get another fashion doll and make kits for this. So would anybody besides Pam be interested in a kit for this particular project?
I would.
Okay. So what you're saying is I need to order more headless Barbies.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, and that's it. Hey, Diane. Okay, so, alright, so Pam wants a kit, Keiko wants a kit. I have nothing to write on.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, thank you.
It. This is my job. I can do it.
Well, technically you don't start that part of your job until 7:30. Okay, but that's it. Wait. We did it. Well, but no, this was a headless Barbie. Like, I literally bought it without a head because they're cheaper that way. And since I didn't need the head, I didn't need to feel the need to pay for a head. Okay, so that's it. That is our ruby droplet pendant. So those of you who want kits, we will be in touch with that. Also, you can see the reason that I had more trouble with this cap than with this cap was that I cut this arm right here down a little bit shorter, so it was a little bit narrower. So
Nice. Yes, Pam, there will.
okay, so thank you all for hanging out for our ruby droplet severed Barbie hand tutorial and making so many inappropriate jokes. We love you guys to death. So we are going to take a brief break and finish our costuming and be back on this channel, twitch.tv/beadingdream at 7:30 with a live sale featuring myself and Heather. This will be a trunk show sale. I'm also going to do some spoopy charms that we've had around here for a long time for half off. And I've got some pearls and other gemstone beads as well. So that's what we are going to be doing tonight at 7:30. And don't forget, next week we're going to be doing back to basics. So we will be doing professional knotting with bullion. We'll be doing basic macrame. We'll be doing basic soldering, and then 2 freeform streams with Heather. And then the following week we'll be continuing back to basics with wire wrapping, stringing, and stretchy bracelets. Spoopy charms at half off, Keiko. Like, seriously, if you're gonna get them, it's a good time to do it. So, alright, so that's gonna be it for the tutorial stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight and for our 2 weeks of Halloween. It's been really, really fun doing all the spooky classes with you. So now I am off to finish my costume, and we'll see y'all back on this channel, twitch.tv/beadingdream in 30 or so for the sale. Okay, bye.